This is the best passing offense in all of Madden 23. I'm about to teach you play setups that kill man, torch zone, destroy the blitz, and even take the top off the defense for one-play touchdowns. Let's get into it now. Yo, YouTube, what is up? It's your boy Duke, back here from sportsgamers.com, and today we're going to be breaking down the best passing offense in the game, which actually comes to you from the New England Patriots offensive playbook, and I'm talking about the gun Y-off trips pass. So we're going to get straight into this breakdown. I'm going to show you guys a few different play setups throughout this video to attack all different types of defenses. Now, I want to first mention that this is a really pass-dominant formation. You can mix in the run, but this is definitely a formation where you're going to want to pass the ball a lot. So for me, I actually sent 4 audibles for passing plays. You could switch one of these out for a run if you want, but what I recommend setting is the pat slot out, the tight end whip, the tight end deep out, and the pats Y out. One of the best things about this formation is it just has a lot of post routes from different players. It has some unique routes, as you guys can see here, and also it has a very unique wheel route in the slot. Now, another play you could potentially set as an audible that's a really good play is Scat. Scat has an extremely unique corner route to the slot receiver, has a really good wheel route to the running back, or you could just come out in that play since obviously we have the 4 audibles and the play we're going to come out in. So, without further ado, the first play I'm going to break down is the Pats Y out. Now, this play is extremely good against man-to-man blitzes, but it can be really effective against zone 2. So the first thing you need to know when running this formation is you always want to have the trips out of the formation on the wide side of the field. So here, since we're lined up on the left hash, we're going to put the trips on the right. Now, like I said, I'm going to break down a few different plays, a few different setups. So make sure you stick throughout the entire video so you don't miss out on any important information. So guys, I also do free Madden 23 tip videos on a daily basis and gameplays too on my channel. If you enjoy this content, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and if we get to 300 likes on this video, I will post part 2 to this breakdown from this playbook. So we're going to look at my favorite way to set this play up. Now, you could send the running back out of the backfield on a wheel route, or you could block him. So like right here, I'm going up against the Mike Blitz 0, which is a very meta man-to-man blitz, right? As we all know, it's very common online. You know, people like this defense because it gets pretty quick pressure. You know, it's man-to-man based. It can be tough to block. So personally, sometimes when I'm running this play, I don't actually block the running back. I just send him out on a wheel route because I know that I can make quick reads on this play. Now, like I said, you could block him, and if you did block him, you could use the tip I showed you guys yesterday where you actually put him on the check release route and then use slide protection like this to make sure you get your blitz picked up. Now, guys, I did a full breakdown on this secret protection scheme yesterday, so check out that video if you want the best blocking scheme in the game that is way more effective. Anyways, the other thing we're going to do on this play is streak the tight end. When we streak the tight end, that's just going to give ourselves an option kind of to hit the seams against zone or zone blitz. Also, it's going to help that post get open if it turns out to be zone coverage. The last thing I'm going to do is put my outside right receiver on a slant, and then I'm going to motion him to the inside. I snap it right when he passes that slot receiver. Now, the first read is always this little quick wheel pass to CD Lamb. Even if they're in zone, that's the first read because you want to make sure that there's a hard flat over there. But against man, you guys can see when we send this guy in motion, it's actually a motion glitch. Notice how when we motion him, the guy that's manned up on Lamb, he moves to the inside. So now every single time we have the advantage, just throwing a quick pass to the outside on this wheel route, we can turn it upfield. Sometimes you'll score on this, but you're at least getting 10 to 15 yards. Now the way you throw this is simple. You want to freeform it and throw it like to the sideline and slightly up. So here I threw it at kind of like up and to the right, up and to the right. So I'd say I threw it, if you picture the analog stick as a clock, probably at like 3 to 4 o'clock. And I just do a bullet pass. As soon as I snap the ball, bam. Now, as you guys are going to see here, again, that picked up the blitz really well. But sometimes you don't even want to pick up the blitz. You just want to make sure that they have to guard everybody on a route. And when that happens, you know, you want to make sure that you put the running back on a wheel route. If you're enjoying my free YouTube content, I highly recommend checking out sportsgamers.com. This is where I post all my premium content for Madden 23. I have offensive and defensive ebooks, schemes, plus I do 4 to 6 premium tips every week in the Madden Vault to keep you guys ahead of the game. Our best offer yet is the Sports Gamers Madden VIP membership. This is the best Madden membership anywhere on the net, the best content at the best price. You get access to the entire site for only $24.99. This means all of our ebooks, all of our Madden Vault tips, plus you even get access to our meta reports and our exclusive VIP members only community. I also do one-on-one coaching as well for you guys that are interested in that. See you at sportsgamers.com. If you're serious about winning more games, I will post a link in the description as well as in the comments. Right, a wheel route is a really good route to make sure that safety has got to check the running back, and if he doesn't, you can quick throw it. Now, the other reads on this play, if they did take away the quick wheel, are going to be the slant over the middle of the field and that post. You guys can see here, even when you don't block the running back, yes, the blitz is coming in quick, sure, but if you're comfortable making your reads, you can read the wheel, the slant, and the post really quickly here. Now, obviously, I could have thrown the wheel route again, but, I'm able to, get this slant or the post over the middle of the field. Now, the one thing that you do want to look out for is if they're in a man-to-man blitz, is look for if they shade underneath. Because if they shade underneath, anyone who's manned up by a safety could potentially be a one-play touchdown. So like here, if I shade my coverage underneath, as I'm going to do, you'll see that because we streak the tight end, we can hit him for a one-play touchdown. So you do want to be on the lookout for that, because if they do shade their coverage underneath, that's just basically a bomb over the top. And that's another reason why you might not want to block the running back, so that the guy that's guarding the running back, he's not able to kind of shift to the middle of the field to slow down the tight end streak. But as you guys can see, that's just a free touchdown over the top. So they really can't shade underneath to try to stop your post, your slant, or your wheel, because if they do, that's just a lob over the top. As you guys can see here again, you know that they shaded underneath because you see that the guy guarding the wheel route tries to almost undercut it, and also you can see the safety, his first step is down aggressively, and that's why we run right by him on the streak over the top. So this play is also extremely effective against zone. So someone who just wants to sit in their zone coverage, maybe they see that they're getting abused in a man blitz, so now they want to play zone, right? This play is still really good with the same exact setup. So really all you do against a zone is kind of read the user, right? So you're going to say, okay, he's going to sit on that slant, well then we throw the post right behind him. It's all about reading the user against zone, and that goes for match coverage too. Match coverage is pretty common right now. A lot of people are running it from either the nickel over or the 3-3 cub. And the 3-3 cub is the cover 4 show 2, which most people run. So you'll see that it's kind of the same thing, honestly, if they're playing match. You kind of just read the user because you pretty much know that he has to take either the slant or the post, and the other one's going to be open just like that. So if you take a look at the replay, you'll see exactly what I'm saying. Both of those routes attack match coverage really well, so it's literally just watch the user. Now, the other thing I want to note is sometimes against match, you can quick throw the wheel route. That looked a little risky to me right there, but that is an option. But if you look at the rest of the field, specifically over the middle, that streak kind of pulls back that safety. So now it's basically, you see the post, it's kind of almost manned up. That's going to be man. And the slant, no one's even on him. So the user, we're isolating him in the middle of the field. As you guys can see, the circle highlighting him, So if he runs with the slant, we just wait so he can't, jump back to the post. We throw the post. If he drops back to help on the post, then we'll throw the slant underneath. It's very, very simple. So that's play number 1 I want to break down. Play number 2 is going to be just as effective, but it kind of attacks defenses a little bit differently, and that's the tight end deep out. So I actually have 2 different setups to this play I want to show. The first one might be the best bomb in the game against cover 2. It's extremely fast. So we're going to showcase this against the DB Fire 2. Defense, everybody runs. They just press their coverage and they use one of these sub linebackers, right? Stand over a guard. Y'all know the drill, right? Well, again, first of all, this could be a very good defense that you could utilize the tip I showed you guys yesterday on how to get perfect pass protection. So to do that, again, all you have to do, and again, I did post a full video on this yesterday, so check that out. We use the check and release route on the running back instead of actually blocking him, and then we just use our slide protection. And I break down exactly how this works in the video, so check it out. But if we know that they're in cover 2, the only hot route we have to make is then to streak the tight end. So the key to this play is that this route to more, this fade route, It's the best fade route I've found in the game. This fade route gets insane separation. If you take a look at the play art, this is not your average fade. It has like a crooked fade to the sideline after about 10-ish yards. And you guys can see here, like, look, initially when you're looking at Moore's route on the 50, it's, a good 5, I would say 5 to 10 yards from the sideline. But if you look at where his fade extends down to like the 5 or 10 yard line near the goal line, notice how it's basically on the sideline with no room for separation at that point. That's because that route has a natural fade to the sideline, and that's why it's so good against cover 2. By the way, this fade to the sideline also makes this route basically unpressable. Like if they try to run man press on you, this is a free touchdown over the top. You don't even need short out elite for it to be good. Yes, short out elite will definitely help, but it's not necessary. And it even will get behind pressed deep zones, especially if they're base aligned. So this play right here is super explosive. Like here's just cover 2 DB fire. And look at how fast and easy this throw is over the top. Because when you streak that tight end, it makes the safety on that side of the field hesitate. He can't fully commit to getting out to the right sideline. So basically, after a split second, you don't even have to highball it. You can just throw a bullet pass lead up into the sideline, and the safety can never react. You guys see here again, the safety, he's kind of just not knowing. He's kind of stuck in no man's land. You can see he's like, oh, do I go to the sideline? Do I go to the middle? He kind of pauses, hesitates. By the time he realizes what time it is, we've thrown the ball. And again, notice how the blocking is absolutely perfect here. Our running back sprints out to block the DB. No one's coming free. We could do whatever we wanted in the pocket here. It's a free touchdown. So guys, this play actually has several other things you can hit against cover 2. Another thing I like to do a lot of times against cover 2 is wheel route the running back and not even try to block him. Yes, I know you want to hit the touchdown, like that's the big read on this play, but the wheel route to the running back out of the backfield is especially nice because if they stay at home in the middle of the field to try to defend your post or your seam route, you can just throw the wheel route. But maybe you do that once too much and they try to jump it with their user. Like right here, they're using this side. They see you keep throwing this, so they just try to jump out and guard that. Well, now you can just throw that post into the soft spot. It's wide open. The other nice thing about this in attacking cover 2 is that you really do make them defend that quick seam area. So like the tight end, like he's really like not only going to draw the safety, but he's also a quick throw himself. Like if they don't put a deep middle zone, like if they don't have a middle third or inside third there, that's a quick throw every time. So what you'll probably see a smart player do is like after a certain amount of time, it's just no way they're going to let that, they're going to let that fly anymore. They're probably going to go ahead and make some coverage adjustments to where, they back this guy up into third of some sort, outside third probably, which Dion is an outside third. I don't know why it's not showing it, but I did put him in outside third. They'll probably put the safety in the middle third, inside third, and they'll try to do adjustments like that so you can't just throw that fade on the sideline anymore. And as soon as they do that, that's when you just throw the flat route. And the flat route can get you 5 to 10 yards really easily. So that's the first setup, and it's really, really good against cover 2. Now, the next setup, it can be used against literally anything. Man, cover 2, the blitz, whatever. And that's literally to do everything the same, either block the running back on the check and release or put him on a wheel route. And then instead of doing a streak to the tight end, now we're doing a corner to the tight end. So the corner to the tight end is really nice because it will get in that soft spot in the seams where you can highball it just like that. And it's still going to be, effective against man coverage too. So like if they're in cover 2, you can just highball it. If they play, a man-to-man blitz, where he's manned up, he's just going to get open. He's just going to beat the man off the cut. That's nice too. And all we got to do again is just corner out the tight end. Really, really easy. I would recommend having the short and elite ability on your tight end, and it's money. Now, if they're man blitzing you, again, they're probably going to be smart enough to make adjustments. They're not going to just keep letting you throw that. One of the things you might see a smart player do is like, yes, they'll man them up, but then if you keep throwing it, they're probably just going to go ahead and run over there and user it, right? Like, they're not going to keep letting you do that. So that's why this play is so good, is if you see their user in a man coverage just run to the corner route, all you got to do at that point is just throw to the post route over the middle of the field. This is a really, really tough play. Also, this corner route is one of the toughest corner routes in my opinion in the game because of the way it breaks. And because it breaks so quick, you can't really stop it with zone drops. Like you can't do a 25, 30-yard zone drop because it breaks too fast. So here, as you guys can see, look, see how it will get over the top of like a purple zone, but it still breaks at the point to where you can't zone drop 25, 30 yards because it will break too soon. So like here, you guys can see we're snapping the ball at like the 47, and you know this is a completion at the opposite 35. So like it's breaking open at the 40. So it's breaking open a little bit before 15 yards. So you can imagine if you have a 25 or 30 yard zone drop, they're not going to react in time to that. The other thing is if you do have a zone drop turned on 25, 30 yards, especially if I see backed up corners, I can just throw it down in the flat. And in a situation like that, the 5 to 10 yard flat might turn into 10 to 20 yards, you know, against a blitz like that. So this is just a really, really easy play because it floods the right side of the field very well on the sideline, and the user can't leave the middle either, because then we have the post and also the wheel out of the backfield. So you can't just abandon that area of the field either. This play also does a pretty good job of beating match because the tight end corner route will cut open, and then again, you still do have that post over in the middle of the field. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like to pass the ball, you should love this offense. Make sure to smash that like button. Until next time, it's Duke, and I'm out of here.